Alright, welcome back to the land of the seven suns. Today we've got a stalk of lucky bamboo that, as you can see, has decided to give up. And it has... Sorry, I can't decide what I want the camera to do here. It has kind of provoked a thought, and that is that when you cut lucky bamboo, it seems to shorten its life somewhat. This particular bamboo as a whole, this plant and the plant below, sorry, I guess I don't mind if that ugly filter keeps getting in the shot, but we will come down here to the plant below. This one, I got some more aquatic plants in the tank there. Yeah, this is the other one, and of course there's one more over on the other tank, but these are the two main plants. This one's down to 2 because it lost one of its stalks before I started the channel again. So that one's down to 2. Hopefully it'll be alright. And up here, we're gonna go down to 3. Maybe lucky bamboo doesn't like being in bundles of 4 either. But that's what happened. It was a point where I had 4, because new shoots come up, old shoots get cut back. So, well, after this cut, it will no longer be a 4. But yes, it seems that you can shorten up lucky bamboo's life a bit by cutting. Now I realize that's going to be extremely controversial if these videos ever, get out into the wild. But yeah. And the video itself seems to contradict that because, well, right beside it, we've got one that was cut. It's not that I don't cut my lucky bamboo, I just don't like to. And it's got, it goes up to about there somewhere. It's doing just fine. So what do you mean the cut ones get a shorter life? And they were cut about the same time, if I recall. This one is cut. You can't see it in the video. But up there at the 2-foot mark, it's cut. And it's got a little bit coming out just like this one. It's got a little bit, I think it's a little shorter. But it does seem to shorten the life for whatever reason. I've had these 2 main plants for, I don't know, 8 to 10 years now. These ones. These 2 plants. Like the cutting over on the other tank. Well, that's a cutting from these 2 plants, so it doesn't really count on that 8 to 10 year timeline. So, that's what it is. I'm going to go ahead and pause and make the cut now, because I'm going to see if I can't keep the stock going. Yeah. If it recovers, I might give it away. It might go in the 75. I don't know. Probably go in the 75. Anyway, I'm going to pause, make the cut, and see you in a second. Well, for you, it'll be a second. Okay, we will see if we can stitch these two videos together at the end. If you get, you know, this far, I guess that will mean that I succeeded. Let's see if this helps any. Yeah, I think that does help. Anyway, I'd made a second part, but I decided to remake it, so a little bit of information gets lost, but I will, redo it with, what I can, given how, reality works. There comes a point when you can't film something that's past, right? Okay, so here's where I cut it. There's the yellow one cut off. And first jump cut. Okay, here is the top portion, cleaned up and, put in the cage so it can grow roots. This I find is my best aquarium for, bringing plants back. Although, this little lucky bamboo, there's my dirty thumbnail again, used to live right there in that zip tie. This little not so lucky bamboo is not gonna make it. There's a little bit of green left, but I just don't see it making it. So I'm gonna give up, which is hard to do. That is, variegated bamboo, but just doesn't look like it's gonna make it. It's got some of that fuzzy type mold at the roots now, and I just don't think it can push out a new growing bed. So that one's had it. But this one, doesn't have roots yet. I just cut it a couple of hours ago at this point. Some things came up, so it's been in there for a little while. But there's the cut. I said it was cut, and I kind of blame that a bit on it dying, even though it's dying from the bottom up. Anyway, here's the top of it. Cleaned up the leaves. Seems to have been a bit dehydrated from being, dead for however long it took to go yellow. There's the leaves. And it even was working on a new leaf. So, we'll see if I caught it in time, which I should have. Should just be a matter of growing new roots, and we're off again. Like a reset on its life, hopefully. But, we'll see. Okay. Another cut. Okay, here we got a couple more cuts. We lost the view of the second node of this first one that's standing up. That's a 2-node cutting. I got a node below the soil line and one above. That's how I like to do my cuttings, is 2 nodes. This, however, laying beside it is an attempt at a 1-node cutting. There's the node, and if it's got a second node down here, it's, I don't think it does. But yeah, it's too close to the cut, I think, to do any good. So I laid it sideways thinking, yeah, maybe. But it's awful yellow, so I don't expect that one to work. I hope this one might. Even it will take quite a bit of luck. So that's what I can record at this point in time. Of course, everything is with the Hoya that didn't do anything forever, so I found it kind of fitting. It will go up by the window. I may have to take the lucky bamboo out if it survives, but it'll go up into the light like it's The other parts of it already are. But I didn't want this getting even the light, you know, it wasn't quite October yet. What, maybe a week before October, before when I did this, somewhere in there. There was a couple of days of good sun, so it can go in the window in spring or deep into winter, one of the two. All right, we will see how the lucky bamboo does. Talk to you next time.